there's a person named Liz Fowler. She's very, very important because she helped craft a health care plan in the Senate. Now, let's give you just a little bit of her background. In 2001 through 2005, she was a top health care aide for Senator Baucus. Now, remember, he was in charge in the Senate of health care reform. His version is the one that eventually got pushed through. Now, of course, with some changes, etc. So, then in 2006, she leaves Baucus's Senate office and, shockingly enough, goes to a healthcare company. Who would have figured? And she becomes an executive at WellPoint, which is one of the largest healthcare companies in the country. She gets paid very, very handsomely between 2006 and 2008, and then it turns out they need her to do healthcare reform when that gets put back on the table in the Senate, so she goes from WellPoint back into the Senate. Now, at that point, as we were going through the process, we shared with you some memos where people were talking about, oh, don't worry, Liz Fowler is writing the legislation, everything is going to be just fine. She understands the needs and the concerns of the industry, right? So she helps craft it, and then Baucus is fawning at the end. He's like, oh, it was all Liz. Liz is the best. And then, of course, she's ready to go back into private industry. And that's how it works. That's how the circle keeps going, right? So they go into government, they go into private industry, they make a ton of money, go back into government, fix stuff for private industry, go back into private industry, make a ton of money, and that's how our system gets bought, right? So now why have I told you this? Well, after healthcare is passed. Well, because implementation is ready now. So guess who the White House has hired to implement healthcare reform? If you're following along, I think you've guessed it. Liz Fowler. Disaster. Look, the people who still have this hope, this radiant hope, that Obama's going to do the right thing and he's going to come in there and just while no one's looking, he's going to move Queen to Bishop 9 and give you change underneath the things and you're not even going to notice, and then all of a sudden you're going to wake up with rainbows and birds, right? Chirping, lovely blue clouds, green grass. Well, no, every time he has an opportunity to pick someone who's actually going to execute the policies, Rahm Emanuel, Tim Geithner, Larry Summers, Liz Fowler, he picks the most conservative, the most corporatist person he can possibly find. I mean, it's not, but look, if that's not an exaggeration. If you said to me, who's the one person you would not want who's still nominally a Democrat, who you would not want implementing healthcare reform at the White House, I would have literally said Liz Fowler. If you said to me, pick the one person who you don't want in charge of the Treasury, I would have said Tim Geithner. I say, okay, come on, pick the second person. I would have said Larry Summers. Because there's no one more responsible for the disaster we had, no one who wants to protect the bankers more. And there's no one who wants to protect the private insurance companies more than Liz Fowler, because she's worked for them before and she's going to work for them again. And she's going to make a ton of money from them. Are we crazy? But it's not our fault. We elected a guy who said he was going to do change, and I guess he was kidding. JR.
Well, this is the question. Do you think it's because things are so, in many ways, backwards and upside down in D.C., that everybody that knows this about that from the outside, it's considered the exact opposite from the inside. So he thinks, this lady knows what she's doing because she's worked in both areas, so it's good for the bill, and he's actually fooling himself.
Oh,
or is it conscious?
No question. You know. No. Look, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm really glad JR brought that up. I don't think Obama sits in the White House and goes, I will bring in Liz Fowler. And she will do this to the bill. A little Vaseline, right? No, he's bought into the Washington mindset, which is, easy there. If you try to do real change, you're rocking the boat. You're crazy. No, it's not possible. She's not confirmable. You can't do this. You can't do that. No, what you need is an experienced hand who knows both the industry and the government. Of course, that's how he thinks. He's bought into it. But the problem is, you need a leader, right? And you need someone who thinks, yes, I can. Okay, not someone who thinks, no, I can't. Who does the industry want? Liz Fowler, great. But you know what Tim Geithner is doing now? I mean, that's another story. Good, congratulations. You got me started on that, JR. Okay, the other story is Tim Geithner is right now going on a quote-unquote charm offensive trying to convince all the businesses, the Business Roundtable, the bankers, etc., please, please, pretty please, with a cherry on top, we're on your side. Because they read the articles, remember the articles we shared with you about how they were quote-unquote anti-business? So they read those at the White House because that's Washington conventional wisdom. So now they're going to all the businesses trying to convince them that they're not anti-business. Mission accomplished. I just read you the thing about Senator Kaufman's view of financial reform. It's a joke that you look, if I was in Obama's position and somebody comes to me and says, you're anti-business, and I did what Obama did, let's get. I'd rough talk him and run him out. Okay? Obama hears that, and he's bubble boy, man. He's like Bush was bubble boy in some ways. Obama's bubble boy in Washington. He's like, oh my God, I'm anti-business. I'm anti-business. Come on, Tim, go give them whatever they want. Go run out there, do a charm offensive, and ask them. And I told you, Business Roundtable. They're asking them, what would you like to have deregulated? They sent over a list of 54 things to deregulate. And right now, Tim Geithner's looking over those, trying to convince those guys. And it's not because he's evil. Partly, they're convinced that they can't win elections if they don't have that corporate money. And I don't know, they might even be right about that. Okay, that's what's sick about our system, right? Number two is they think, oh, well, if Washington thinks we're anti-business, we have to change Washington's mind. They're stuck in a bubble, and it's a disastrous bubble, and it's going to burst all over us.